The reason that Harden was waiting, and he gave an interview to Chris Haynes at Yahoo earlier this week where he essentially said this, where he said, just give me what's left. If the Sixers would have made another trade, if they would have done a trade with Tobias Harris, for example, that reduced their salary further, like let's say they traded Tobias Harris for 2 players that made $4 million less than Tobias did, whatever that trade might have been, then they could have given that extra $4 million to Harden. And so that's what Harden was waiting for. So it looks like there's no trade to come. Their payroll is going to stay where it is. So they were able to slot Harden in and get him signed. So McMahon, let me ask you this, knowing Daryl Morey and James Harden as you do, because you covered them in Houston, do you think this was Daryl going to James and saying, hey, let's make a deal here. Help me restock this team from the depth that we lost when we traded for you, and help me rebuild your value? Or was this Philly saying, look, James, we're not giving you a max no matter what. Let's do something that makes all of us look good instead of a max, which would make all of us look bad?
I mean, I definitely think it was Daryl and James discussing the situation. And, I'll take James at his word at the end of the season when he said he would do what he needed to do to give the Sixers a chance to position themselves to win a championship, because we heard it and then we saw it. Now, I don't know if Daryl's saying, and then we'll rebuild your value, because I don't think James Harden's looking at this as, you heard you read what he said to Chris Haynes. Yeah, anybody else puts up these numbers near triple double, they're a max player. Everybody's mad at me, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it was about, hey, James, we can rebuild your value. I think it was more, hey, James, you'll get taken care of. Take a step back financially this year, take a $14 million haircut or beard cut this year, and we'll get your we know how much you love PJ Tucker. That's not only one of your favorite teammates, that's one of your best friends. We can get PJ. Hey, Daniel House Jr. can play off of you and how that fits. We can get him. Melton is another. With Melton and House, suddenly your bench just got a lot more athletic. And I'm sure there's some sort of a understanding that, hey, that player option, you opt out, you'll get your max. I do believe this is a 1-year, $14 million discount, and that he'll get his max after this. But hey, James Harden did what he said he would do, and I was among many who, when he said it, doubted it. He did it, and then they were able to get 3 pieces who all have significant playoff experience. I think 2 are proven to be really good fits with Harden. I think Melton is proven to be a good fit playing off of a ball dominant superstar. And I don't think there's any doubt that because Harden was willing to take less, that the Sixers are significantly better than they were at the end of last season.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.